Most people think they know what's dangerous for their dog. Chocolate, obviously. Cars, sure. But what if the thing slowly hurting your dog right now is sitting in your laundry room, growing in your front yard, or stuck between their paw pads after a winter walk? Here's the truth. There are at least 13 everyday items that kill dogs every single year, and the vast majority of owners have absolutely no clue. Some of these are things you've handed your dog with love. Some are things you've walked right past without a second thought. And number 13, it doesn't just catch people off guard, it's hiding in plain sight at nearly every garden center in the country, and it smells exactly like something your dog already loves. Let's get started. Number 1, cooked bones. Giving a dog a bone, it's the oldest image in the book. Your dog sitting by your feet at dinner, those big eyes looking up, and you toss them a leftover chicken bone or a pork rib because, hey, dogs love bones, right? That's what dogs do. Except here's what actually happens. Cooking pulls the moisture out and destroys the collagen that gives raw bone its flex. Instead of crushing cleanly, cooked bones splinter into jagged, razor-sharp fragments. Bird bones shatter like glass. T-bones can lodge in the throat with one end going down the esophagus and the other pressing into the airway. The FDA has linked bone treats to roughly 90 illnesses and 15 confirmed deaths. Bone fragments account for up to 80% of esophageal foreign body cases in dogs. And the damage isn't always obvious. A fragment can sit in the gut for days before perforating the stomach wall, causing peritonitis, a massive abdominal infection that's extremely difficult and expensive to treat. Your dog might seem fine for 2 days, then suddenly there's blood in their stool and you have no idea it was the bone from Tuesday. Stick to vet-approved dental chews, no exceptions. Number 2, ice melt and rock salt. Cold January morning, you bundle up, clip the leash, and walk your dog through the neighborhood. The sidewalks have been salted, your dog's paws crunch through the ice. You get home, they curl up on the couch and start licking their paws. You think nothing of it. But tiny salt crystals are now embedded between their paw pads, and your dog just licked every bit off. The lethal dose of sodium chloride is roughly 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. For a 20-pound dog, that's barely over an ounce, a shockingly small amount when you think about how much salt gets poured on sidewalks. Elevated sodium causes disorientation, seizures, tremors, and coma. And the cruelest part is the cycle. Salt cracks the paw pads, damaged paws hurt, so the dog licks more aggressively, ingesting even more. Those products labeled pet safe, there are no specific labeling requirements for that claim. It means almost nothing. Wipe your dog's paws with a damp cloth after every winter walk. Every single one. Number 3, grapes and raisins. One grape rolls off the counter, your dog snatches it before you can blink. You laugh, it's one grape. What's the worst that can happen? Everything. For over 20 years, nobody could figure out why grapes killed some dogs. Then in 2021 and 2022, researchers identified tartaric acid as the likely culprit. Dogs lack certain transporters to process it, so it builds up in the kidney cells with nowhere to go. And there is no established safe dose. Some dogs have died from a single grape, others eat handfuls and walk away fine. The concentration varies wildly by variety, ripeness, and growing conditions, so there's no way to predict. Vomiting within 6 to 12 hours, kidney failure within 48 to 72. And raisins are worse because dehydration concentrates the acid. Trail mix, raisin bread, granola bars, all stealth sources. Among dogs that develop elevated kidney waste products, roughly half don't make it. Treat every single grape like poison. And there's something in your laundry room right now that most owners would never suspect. Number 4, dryer sheets and fabric softener. A dryer sheet falls on the floor and your dog grabs it before you can react. It smells like lavender. How bad could it be? The active compounds are cationic detergents, classified as corrosive. An unused sheet can cause chemical burns to the mouth, tongue, throat, and stomach lining. Unused sheets are significantly more dangerous than used ones because most of the chemical gets released during the dryer cycle. A fresh sheet is essentially a concentrated chemical delivery system. Beyond the chemistry, the sheet itself is non-digestible, pulling moisture from the digestive tract and potentially creating a blockage that requires emergency surgery. And that popular advice about rubbing dryer sheets on your dog to remove loose hair, that's directly applying a corrosive chemical to fur. They will lick off during grooming. It smells harmless, To your dog's mouth, it's a chemical burn waiting to happen. Keep all laundry products in closed, elevated storage. Number 5. Standing water and blue-green algae. Warm Saturday afternoon. You take your dog to the park. There's a pond. Your dog sprints toward it and jumps in before you can stop them. They swim around, shake off, lick their fur, and you think, great, they had a blast. But that pond had a layer of cyanobacteria, producing 2 classes of toxins, microcystins that destroy the liver, and anatoxins that attack the nervous system. There is no antidote for either. The neurotoxin can kill a dog within 15 to 20 minutes, not hours, minutes. And the dose curve is terrifyingly steep. A dog can absorb up to 90% of a lethal dose and show absolutely no clinical signs. Then they collapse. In August 2019, 3 dogs belonging to one owner died within hours of playing in a contaminated pond. Exposure doesn't even require drinking. Swimming in the water and then licking wet fur can deliver a fatal dose. These blooms are becoming more frequent with warmer temperatures and agricultural runoff. They can look like harmless green scum or spilled paint. Some aren't visible at all. Never let your dog swim in or drink from any standing water you can't verify is clean. Bring fresh water on every outing. Number 6. Sago palm. You see them everywhere. Garden centers, home decor stores, patio displays. They look tropical and elegant. Maybe you bought one as a houseplant or a little bonsai for the shelf. It's called a sago palm, and it has a mortality rate between 50 and 75% in dogs that eat it. The toxin, psychocin, is hepatotoxic, carcinogenic, and mutagenic. The seeds carry the highest concentration. As few as 1 or 2 can cause severe poisoning, and dogs are drawn to them. Liver damage may not show on blood work for 24 to 48 hours, so your dog might seem fine while their liver is quietly failing. A study found that activated charcoal given early reduced the odds of death by 82%, but most owners don't bring their dogs in until signs are advanced. There is no antidote. These plants used to be a southern concern, but now they're sold year-round as indoor houseplants. Remove every sago palm from your property. Your dog or the plant. Pick one. Number 7. Macadamia nuts. Holiday party. Bowl of chocolate-covered macadamia nuts on the coffee table. Your dog sneaks a few when nobody's looking. 12 hours later, they can't stand up. Their back legs are weak, trembling, completely unable to support their weight. You're terrified. You think it's a stroke or a spinal injury, but it's macadamia nuts. Dogs are the only known species affected, and as of 2025, science still has absolutely no idea why. The signature symptom is that alarming hind limb weakness. As a standalone exposure, it's almost never fatal. But chocolate-covered macadamia nuts deliver the unknown toxin plus theobromine simultaneously, and the 75% fat content can trigger pancreatitis. Keep all macadamia products out of reach, especially around holidays. But here's the one that gets me. It's something millions of dog owners do thinking it's natural and healthy. Number 8. Essential oils. You start a diffuser with tea tree oil and your dog curls up right next to it. Or maybe you've read online that tea tree oil is a natural flea treatment, so you dab some behind their ears. You're trying to keep things chemical-free. You're trying to do the right thing, and you're poisoning your dog. Tea tree oil is the most commonly reported essential oil toxicosis in dogs. A study analyzing over 400 cases found that nearly 2/3 were moderate to severe. As few as 7 drops can cause serious poisoning. Dogs lack certain liver enzymes to break down terpene compounds, so toxins recirculate for up to 72 hours. Pennyroyal oil causes direct liver cell death. Oil of wintergreen is concentrated aspirin. Active diffusers spray microscopic droplets that settle on fur and get ingested during grooming. You were trying to keep things natural. You were poisoning them. Never diffuse essential oils in any room your dog occupies. Never apply any essential oil without explicit veterinary approval. Number 9. Onions and garlic. Dinner's over. There's a little bit of stir-fry left in the pan. You scrape it into your dog's bowl as a treat because, hey, they've been so good today. Here's what you just did. The sulfur compounds in onions and garlic cause oxidative damage to red blood cells, forming Heinz bodies that rupture and destroy the blood supply. Garlic is 3 to 5 times more potent than onion by weight. A single clove can start causing harm in a 20-pound dog. But the cruelest thing is the delay. Clinical signs of anemia don't show for days. And it's cumulative. Small daily doses from seasoned scraps build up over time. All forms are equally toxic. Raw, cooked, dehydrated, powdered, pizza, soup mixes, gravy, burger patties, virtually any savory human food has allium in it. Severe cases require blood transfusions. Never share seasoned human food. Period. Number 10, avocado. Sunday brunch. You're making avocado toast and your dog is right there eyeing every move. You toss them a chunk because avocado is healthy, right? It is. For you. For your dog, there are 3 problems hiding in that green flesh. First, persin, a fatty acid linked to heart damage and fluid around the heart in dogs after chronic consumption. Second, the 15% fat content, which can trigger pancreatitis. Third, the pit, perfectly sized to lodge in a throat or intestine requiring surgical removal. And if your dog gets into the guacamole, that's avocado plus onion plus garlic. 3 toxins in one bowl. Secure pits immediately and never let your dog near guacamole. Number 11, dental floss and hair ties. This isn't about poison, it's about physics, and it's one of the most expensive preventable emergencies in veterinary medicine. Here's the scenario. You floss your teeth, toss it in the open bathroom trash, and leave for work. Your dog tips the trash can before lunch. These items create what's called a linear foreign body. One end anchors in the digestive tract while peristalsis keeps pushing the rest forward. The intestines bunch up like fabric on a drawstring, and the taut material saws through the intestinal wall from the inside. Peritonitis sets in. Emergency surgery costs $2,000 to $10,000, and survival drops from 94% with simple repair to 33% once intestinal segments must be removed. These items are nearly invisible on X-rays, delaying treatment further. Get a covered bathroom trash can, not tomorrow. Today. Number 12. Lilies and tulip bulbs. It's spring. You're out in the garden planting tulip bulbs, and your dog is right there with you, digging along, tail wagging. They grab a bulb and start chewing before you can react. Tulip bulbs contain tulipolin A and B, toxic glycosides that are corrosive on contact, burning the mouth, esophagus, and stomach lining. The bulbs contain far more toxin than stems or flowers. Even the water in a vase of cut tulips becomes toxic as compounds leach from the stems. Severe ingestion can cause cardiac effects and sudden death. Fence off garden beds during planting season. Never leave bags of bulbs accessible. Keep vase water out of reach. Number 13, cocoa mulch. Slow down for this one. Saturday morning. You're at the garden center. You pick up a bag of cocoa bean shell mulch. It smells incredible, rich, warm, like a bakery. You spread it across your garden, your dog follows you outside, nose to the ground, and they start eating the mulch. Why wouldn't they? It smells like chocolate. To your dog's nose, you just covered the entire yard in the thing they find most irresistible in the world. Cocoa mulch contains theobromine, the exact compound that makes chocolate toxic to dogs, at roughly 9 milligrams per gram. Theobromine's half-life in dogs is 17.5 hours compared to 2 or 3 in humans. It builds up and lingers. At higher doses, it becomes cardiotoxic. Higher still, seizures. At the upper range, death. At least one dog death has been directly confirmed from cocoa mulch ingestion. Severe convulsions, death within 17 hours. You know chocolate is dangerous. Everyone knows that. But you never thought to check the mulch. It doesn't look like chocolate. It doesn't feel like chocolate. But to your dog, it smells exactly like it. And it's spread on the ground, at nose level, across the entire yard, with nothing between your dog and a lethal dose but their own self-control. And dogs don't have self-control. That's why they have us. This isn't about being a bad owner. This is about a world that puts deadly things on store shelves with pretty labels and no warnings. Your dog trusts you to know. Now you do. Switch to cedar, pine bark, or wood chip mulch. Check your neighbors' yards too. And tell every dog owner you know. At the end of the day, your dog trusts you completely, without hesitation, without conditions. They trust that the bone you hand them is safe, that the water is clean, that the garden won't hurt them. That trust is the most beautiful and terrifying thing about loving a dog. Now that you know these 13 things, you can protect that trust. You can be the person your dog already believes you are. Drop your dog's name in the comments. Think of it as a small promise that you'll check your garden, your cabinets, your trash cans, your sidewalks. And if you've lost a dog, their name belongs here too. Every single one of them matters. Take care of your dog. They're taking care of you.